Good morning, students. So this is our subject, electrical measurements and instrumentation, and myself Gitika Aswani, assistant professor in EN department, ABSEC Ghaziabad. This subject I am taking from last 5 years, and I was in regular touch with the second year students. So I keep telling my students about this subject that this subject has a very good weightage in the competitive exam. Basically your GATE exam, in which you will be appearing after third year, so or in other competitive exams, or for the when you will be preparing for the placements, especially for the core. So during that time there will be some subjects on which you have to put an equal effort, and you should, and it was expected, and it will be expected that you should have a knowledge of those subjects properly. So this is one of the subject among that. So, and its weightage in GATE is around 8 to 10 marks, and when you will be preparing for IES exam, so in that the weightage of this subject, or the question comes from this subject, is around 45 to 50 marks. So this subject is very important, right? When we are talking about electrical engineering or electrical and electronics engineering, so we must be familiar with all types of electrical and electronic instruments which are used for the measurement purpose. So this subject is all about that. We will study various subjects, various instruments in this subject. We have the 5 units here. So I will be taking one by one unit, and we will going to discuss in deep about the content which I have to deliver. So we will discuss that in detail, and time to time I will keep discussing some questions which came in the competitive exam. Okay, so that it will boost your confidence also, because when we are doing this subject, so your concept will be clear at that particular time, so it will be easier to grasp the idea that how the question comes in the competitive exams. Okay, so we will take this subject in that direction only, so that later on whenever you will be preparing for your core placements, when you will be preparing for the GATE or for some other competitive exam, so at least you have some basic concepts cleared regarding this subject. So firstly I would like to start with the unit 1, which is introduction to measurement. Okay, so introduction to measurement is your firstly we will discuss about what is measurement. Measurement is the science of determining values of physical variables. It is basically defined as a given quantity which is a result of comparison between the quantity and predetermined or predefined standard. So in very simple terms, if I want to explain measurement, so in a layman language, so I would like to take one or two example of it. Measurement is when measurement is just to measure the quantity with some which have some specific numerical value. Okay, so the quantities are compared and result is compared with some numerical value. Now for example, if I want to see the weight of a person, okay, a weight of a person is always be described with some numerical value, and there is the unit there for measuring that quantity. Okay, there is certain standard through which you are comparing it, and you are getting the output as the numerical value with some standard unit. Okay, so if I am talking about the weight of a person, so let's say it's 65 kg, 70 kg. So 70 is the numerical value and kg is your defined standard, okay, which is showing the unit of that measuring quantity. So here also I am taking some example. Measurement of length. Measurement of length is always in meters. If we want to stitch, if we go to the tailor and we would like to get our fabric to be stitched, so then the measurement is needed. So that measurement is taken in terms of length and width. Okay. So in this way they take it in meters. Now if the temperature measurement is done, so for the temperature measurement you have to use some device which is measuring the temperature, and through that device there is an indicator which measure your body temperature. So that temperature will be coming in the numerical value again, and there is certain standard unit. Okay. So a physical quantity, what do you mean by physical quantity? Similarly, I have some more example. Let me see. Okay. Physical quantity. A physical property that can be described by a number is called physical quantity. For example, mass of a person, length of a bar, temperature of a room. So anything which is coming in the numerical value along with some units. Okay, the unit for the measurement of that quantity. So that is your physical quantity, right? Or you can say that it is the physical property of that quantity that can be described by a number, which is called the physical quantity. Types of physical quantities. There is the fundamental quantity, there is the derived quantities. So the quantities which do not depend on any other physical quantity for their measurement are known as fundamental quantities. So what are fundamental quantities? Mass, time, length and temperature. These are fundamental quantities which are not dependent on any other physical quantity. What are derived quantities? The quantities which depends on fundamental quantity for their measurement are known as derived quantities. So the example of the derived quantities are area, speed, volume and force. Now units for measurement. What are the units for the measurement? The standard used for the measurement of a physical quantity is called a unit, right? So the standard which is used for the measurement of a physical quantity. So let's say if we are measuring the length, so it can be in meter. Measuring the height, it can be in foot. So foot, inches, meter can be used as the standard unit for the length measurement. Next, for the mass measurement, or if you want to weighing something, some quantity, so that comes in the that will be measured in kilograms or pounds. Fahrenheit, Kelvin, measured in terms of temperature. Next is your generalized measurement system. Now here lot of instruments are used. That's why I am talking about instrumentation. If the subject is your electrical measurements and instrumentation. What is instrumentation? Instrumentation is the devices which are used for the measurement purpose. So here we are using different devices. You can see here, these are the through the block diagram presentation. Through the block diagram I am presenting here, but actually we are having some instruments used here. So all the instruments collectively known as the can be told as the instrumentation. All the devices collectively are named as the instrumentation. Okay. So physical quantity to be measured, which is any physical quantity. If you want to measure the airflow, if you want to measure the speed, or if you want to measure the mass or anything, temperature, pressure, humidity, all is known as the physical quantity. Okay, when that physical quantity is going to the this block, which is primary sensing element, so there is definitely a sensor unit. Okay, so sensor unit is converting that input quantity or the physical quantity into the mechanical quantity. After the conversion is done, then this is further converted to the electrical with the help of the transducer unit. So that comes probably in the variable conversion element, or where we have the variable conversion element and variable manipulation element are combinedly used as the signal conditioning unit. where we have the transducers and we have the A to D converter, and we have the for conditioning the signal we have the amplifiers, filters there. So these two blocks can combinedly be used as the signal conditioning unit. Okay, after that the conversion signal is done, then variable manipulation element is there, where your signal is boosted at the desired level so that it can further be transmitted. Okay, so here we have the amplifier which amplifies the signal, and then it is further ready to be transmitted through the communication media. Okay, so communication media can be your through the cable also, it can be transmitted from one point to the another. Let's say if this is being the readings can be taken in the field area or in some process plant, and it will be further collected at some control station, so that can be transmitted with the help of the cable. Through the cables it can be transmitted. Okay, so when when it is being transmitted, then at there is the data processing element where it is further being processed, or in the control center where the data is being received. Once it has been received at the computer, then further processing is being done and analysis being done, and measurement comparisons can be taken, so that corrective measures can be taken at the in the defensive corrective measures will be taken at the time of the emergency or contingency. So the data is being analyzed there, okay, or scanned, or all the analog quantities are being scanned there through the operator. Now after that, this process signal is further going to the data presentation element. Data presentation element means ki it will be done through some tools or through some software. It will be represented in such a way that it can be easily understandable to the observer sitting there, or in some meetings if we want to put that data, or if we want to generate some reports, so it can be read or it can be understand easily. So that part is done here, data presentation element. So that can be further given to the observer who is there, or whosoever is needed at the time of the meetings, or whosoever is there in the control team, control center, to analyze that data and to take the corrective measures when any contingency condition comes. Now generalized measurement system, the block diagram which I have explained you, it's all written in the points. So let's read out this. Physical quantity is first sensed and detected and then converted into electrical signal using sensor and transducer unit. Variable conversion element is used to convert the output to some other desirable form. For example, A to D converter can convert analog output to digital. Variable manipulation element manipulates the given signal to original form. For example, an electronic amplifier accepts the low voltage signal and produces the voltage of higher magnitude. Data transmission element, data transmitted to control center. For example, spacecrafts are physically separated from Earth, where control station guiding their movements or tracking their movements. Data presentation element, the information about quantity under measurement has to be conveyed to system for monitoring, control or analysis purpose. So that is being done there also. Next is instrument and measurement system. Measurement involves the use of instrument as physical means of determining quantities. So measurement means we are using some instrument to measure those quantity. We are using weighing machine to measure the weight of a person. So we have the weighing machine, and we have the different instruments, like if I want to take your measurements of a person, measurement for stitching some clothes for him or her, then I need to take the measurement of that person. So that measurement, for taking that measurement, I need some instrument in my hand. So I have the inch tape, right? So I would able to take the right measurements. So similarly, we have the instrument for taking some measurement, and from that measurement we design some we can do the analysis for some process. Okay, so instrument enable us to determine the value of unknown quantity which human eye cannot measure. So here I remember the example of our related to our electrical subject, that if we want to measure the speed of DC motor, so we need one instrument for that, okay, to measure the speed of the motor. So we use tachometer. So tachometer is measuring the speed of the DC motor. Okay, so tachometer is an instrument through which we can measure the quantity, any physical quantity. So instrumentation is device used in the measurement system. Now, types of instrument used in measurement system, there are mechanical instruments. The advantages of mechanical instruments are they are very reliable for stable condition. They are unable to respond rapidly to measurement of dynamic and transient condition as they are bulky. This is the disadvantage. They are quite heavy, so they are unable, they occupy space a lot, okay, and they are not easily portable, and they also not respond rapidly for the measurement of dynamic and transient conditions. That is the limitation of the mechanical instruments. Now we come to the electrical instrument. These instruments have limited time response. And the electronic instruments, these are more reliable as improvement in design and manufacturing process of semiconductor devices. They are light, compact, and power consumption is also low, and they are fast time response. Okay, they have very fast time response, so they are generally used. These are just the pictures of the instruments. Like we have the mechanical instruments, okay, to measure the pressure, and we have different electrical instruments also. So next classification of instrument is absolute instrument. What do you mean by absolute instruments? These instruments gives the magnitude of quantity under measurement in terms of physical constant of instrument, that is tangent galvanometer. Okay, tangent galvanometer is your absolute instrument, which is used further for the calibration of the measuring instruments manufactured by the different manufacturers. So these instruments do not require comparison from any standard instrument. They are used by the national laboratories, and working with absolute instruments for routine work is very time consuming. So it takes lot of time while taking the measurement, and we have to do lot of adjustments there. So that's why we have some measuring different other measuring instruments for the lab purpose, in the lab purpose for showing some demo to our students. So we have local manufacturer instruments, so they do the calibration with the help of some standard instruments. Next is your secondary instrument. These instruments are so constructed that quantity being measured can only be measured by observing the output indicated by the instrument. Example voltmeter, ammeter, which we are using in the labs. So these all instruments are used for taking measurement, and they are calibrated with the help of absolute instruments. So after that, there are types of instruments. Deflection type instruments are there, okay, that we use in the lab. Voltmeter, ammeter, PMMC, MI type, these all comes in the category of deflection type of instruments, which we will study further. So measured quantity produces some physical effect which deflects or produces a mechanical displacement of moving system of instrument. The opposing effect is related to deflection, which can be directly observed, and the balance is achieved when opposing effect equal to cause producing the deflection. For example, PMMC, MI type. Null type instruments. In null type instrument, a zero or null indication leads to determination of magnitude of measured quantity. So deflection type instrument we have PMMC, MI type, and null type of instrument we have potentiometer and your bridges. Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge, you are already familiar that Wheatstone bridge is used for the purpose of determining the value of any unknown resistance. Okay. A detector which detects null condition when the effect produced by measured quantity is equal to the effect produced by opposing quantity. So accuracy of null type instrument is higher than the deflection type of instruments. So this is all about the classification of the instruments and so in today's lecture we studied about the measurement system. What is measurement system, why it is needed, what are the requirements of the measurement system, this all we have studied today. And what do you mean by the physical quantity? After that we studied about the generalized measurement system where collectively lot of instruments are used to measure certain quantity and then receiving the data at the control center from the field area. And then we discussed about the classification of the instrument, absolute instruments and secondary instruments. And under secondary instruments we have null type instruments and the deflection type of instruments, and that one by one we will take later on in the unit 1. So this is all about an introduction of our measurement system and the instruments. So we will further discuss about the errors, different types of errors occurs in the measurement system, and the problems arises due to that error, and what are the remedies to be taken or corrective measures to be taken to remove those errors. Okay, so this is all about of today's class. Okay, thank you.